Hello guys. Here we have a Packard Bell laptop. This machine is not turning on at all, and here there's something strange, something bent here, and I can't really tell what is this. I thought maybe it was 5 volts or 3.3, but I was wrong. So here, let's just do a simple thing. Let's download a schematic. I think it's possible. The number is LA. LA dash A A612P. Okay, there it is. This is okay. This is for ASA anyway, but it doesn't matter because it's one board, whether it's ASA or Packard Bell. ASA and Packard Bell, it's one thing. So let's use this. Okay, let's go back. Right, this is where we have a kaboom happened here. We have a kaboom here. Guys, what do you think? Do you think the chip there it's gone or what? But anyway, let's give it a try. What I'm gonna do, let's remove let's clean the whole thing. I hope you can see this is PU 601. This is a chip. I don't know what does this chip does. So what you do, you say you come here and you type PU 601. Okay, there we go. All right, this chip, okay, now I know it generates what? It generates 1.0 volts. So if a machine is missing this volts, 1.0 volts, it can start, but you won't have any display because this is needed to complete a circuit. And yeah, let's go ahead. Let's remove. I think these capacitors here, they are shorted. I'm not sure, but one of the capacitors, ceramic capacitors, are shorted. I don't know which side, but one of the caps here are shorted. So what I'm gonna do, it's easy. Let's do this. I wanna check, I wanna confirm which side it's shorted. All right, so okay, there's no short on the coil. Okay, it's only these capacitors that are shorted. Okay, no shorts. Even here there's no short. Okay, all right, so now we need a soldering wire. Okay guys, now let's see. I want to check some few things. Let's check. Okay, let's check for shorts. Let's do a cold scanning. It's called a cold scanning, where you check for shorts. This is the CPU. Okay, and this is the CPU power rail. What about the RAM? Okay, I think this is the 5 volts and the 3 volts. They're all fine. The RAM, I think this is the RAM. Yep. What about this? And then this. Okay, guys, there's no shorts anymore. So what we do now, let's put back everything. Okay, guys, now let's watch for a kaboom. Let's see if there won't be any sparks. Okay, no sparks, nothing. Nothing is getting, nothing is getting hot. Okay, I still doing the same thing. It's not taking any power. All right, all right. Then there we have. Okay, guys, here I don't know what is the issue now. The machine is still not turning on. You know what I'm gonna do? Let's connect the power and then check the 3.3 and the 5 volts. Let's see what do we have there. So you turn your multimeter into a range of 20 volts. Connect one probe to ground. Here there should be 5 volts or 3 volts. There's 3.3, and then on the other side of yours there should be 5. Okay, there we go. We have 5 volts. Then now, why the machine is not turning on? Okay, something's wrong. Machine is not working. Okay, let's check the 3.3 and the 5 volts on the power button. There we go. We have 3 volts. Turn your meter into a range of okay. Machine is on, and it's not withdrawing any power on the power supply. You can see the lights, but it's not withdrawing any power from the power supply. And then after this, let's go back and check there. It's turning on again. You can see the lights, but it's not taking any power. Let's repeat one more time. Check something. It's turning on, and then It's not taking any power. It goes off. All right, so let's do this. Let's program the BIOS. Okay, there we go. I have the BIOS. It's next to a CPU. So guys, there we have to be very careful. Next to a CPU. What you can do, it's easy. Now I'll program the BIOS.
When you feel it's hopeless, when you think that you lost, oh, I will take your hand and we'll rise up from the dust. Oh, here we go, 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 let us heal and grow. You won't be alone, we're unstoppable. Don't be afraid to show what we're going for. This is what we know. Here we come back to life, we're still breathing. Standing up, everybody's gonna see it. Oh, all you need to know is that we're holding on. Even if we fall, we will rise up and we follow the path that we believe in. No, we're not gonna stop until we reach it. Oh, all you need to know is that we're holding on. We rise up from the dust and claim our throne. We rise up from the dust and claim our throne. We all have our reasons why we are on this track. Oh, we all have our burdens, yeah, but we just keep on fighting and we never look back. Here we go, 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 let us heal and grow. You won't be alone, we're unstoppable. Don't be afraid to show what we're going for. This is what we know. Here we come back to life, we're still breathing. Standing up, everybody's gonna see it. Oh, all you need to know is that we're holding on. Even if we fall, we will rise up and we follow the path that we believe in. No, we're not gonna stop until we reach it. Oh, all you need to know is that we're holding on. We rise up from the dust and claim our throne. We rise up from the dust and claim our throne. We rise up from the dust and claim our throne. When you feel it's hopeless, when you think that you lost, oh, I will take your hand and we'll rise up from the dust. Oh, here we go, 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 let us heal and grow. You won't be alone, we're unstoppable. Don't be afraid to show what we're going for. This is what we know. Here we come back to life, we're still breathing. Standing up, everybody's gonna see it. Oh, all you need to know is that we're holding on. Even if we fall, we will Even if we fall, we will rise up and we follow the path that we believe in. No, we're not gonna stop until we reach it. Oh, all you need to know is that we're holding on. We rise up from the dust and claim our throne. We rise up from the dust and claim our throne. We rise up from the dust and claim our throne. When you feel it's hopeless, when you think that you've lost, oh, I will take your hand and we'll rise up from the dust. Oh, here we go, 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 let us heal and grow. You won't be alone, we're unstoppable. Don't be afraid to show what we're going for. This is what we know. Here we come back to life, we're still breathing. Standing up, everybody's gonna see it. Oh, all you need to know is that we're holding on. Even if we fall, we will rise up and we follow the path that we believe in. No, we're not gonna stop until we reach it. Oh, all you need to know is that we're holding on. We rise up from the dust and claim our throne.
Okay guys, so here I was using a DC bench power supply to turn on the machine, but unfortunately it wasn't turning on at all. So it keeps on doing one thing over and over again. It was turning on and then quickly shut down, and again when it was turning on, it wasn't taking any power, withdrawing any power from the DC bench power supply, of which it was very confusing. Imagine getting a green light but it's not taking any power at all. So here on this point I was very confused. That's why you see me there trying to understand, trying to figure out what is going on with this board. And here I turned on the power supply, I injected some volts, the 19 volts on the DC in jack, but again it wasn't turning on at all. And yeah, I had to let it be. So here I removed the board. Anyway guys, let's check what we have. Let me think here what I was doing, and I'm sorry to do a voiceover on this part. I wasn't aware that my mic, it wasn't recording at all. Anyway, I'm sorry, I'm really sorry about that. Okay, now I remember very well. Here what I did was very simple. Remember there where there was a bent capacitor, right? There is that chip right there. That chip is responsible for creating 1.05 volts, and that's 105 volts. It's needed for some party of the board. It's needed to complete a circuit on the board. So now I remember very well. What I did was I took my multimeter probe, not probe as such, yeah, my multimeter probe, and I injected 1 volt there. And again I was using a charger. I used the charger and I injected 1 volt on that bent spot where there was a bent capacitor. By injecting that 1 volt, I remember very well the machine turned on. It worked nice and it started to take power from the DC bench power supply. It means it was missing that 1.05 volts. I hope now you can see, and you can use this new strategy, of which even I myself, I wasn't aware that you can inject 1 volt direct instead of the chip creating 1 volt. It was myself creating that 1 volt using a DC bench power supply. I injected that 105 volts using a DC bench power supply, and the machine started to work fine. There was no issue. It worked fine, smooth. I was so happy. And here I was connecting a charger, and same time keep in mind that I'm using a multimeter probe there to inject 1 volt on that bent spot, on that bent back. And I connected the heatsink just to keep everything smooth. So it will see if the fan does spin or not. So I had to use that fan there and the heatsink. Okay, so to make things easier, I remember very well, even on this party, what I did was It was very simple. um, I soldered a wire, my prop there, directly there on that 1.05 volt, so that I'll be able to move a board around. So I had to solder a wire straight to that power supply on that straight power rail, and it was easy. And that wire was connected on the meter on my DC bench power supply, which was supplying 1.05 volts by the time. Okay, after injecting that 1 volt, machine started to turn on easily. There was a display there, but I remember very well even on this point. But I think there is a time where you'll be able to see everything. You'll see some readings, but already it was booting up and working fine. Meaning the board was only missing that one. See there, you can see it was saying hard drive, a bootable device. Yes, the machine was working. And keep in mind that 1 volt was being supplied by the DC bench power supply. The chip was not generating that 1.05 volt.